You ever notice how our brains have a favorite story they like to tell? You know, the one where we're always the hero, even when things go totally wrong? Well, we're about to pull back the curtain on this really fascinating and, let's be honest, very human mental habit. It's the story that kind of protects our ego, but it can also seriously hold us back.
So, let me ask you something. Think back to your driving test. If you passed, what was your first thought? Was it something like, yes, I knew I was a great driver. But what if you failed? Did you maybe think, that examiner was just being unfair, or the traffic was impossible? Just keep that thought in your head for a sec.
And here it is, right? This perfectly shows the two completely different stories we tell ourselves. On one side, when we succeed, it's all about us. It's my skill, my practice. We are the star of the show. But then look at the other side. When we fail, whoa, the story shifts completely. Suddenly, it's all about outside forces. The sun was in my eyes. The other drivers were crazy. The examiner was just in a bad mood. It was anything and everything but us. Well, this pattern of thinking, it actually has a name, and it's at the very heart of what we're talking about today. It's called the self-serving bias. You can think of it like our brain's own personal PR manager working around the clock to make sure we always look good no matter what.
Okay, so what does that actually mean in plain English? It's really simple. The self-serving bias is just our natural tendency to take all the credit when things go well and blame everything else when things go badly. It's like this little mental shortcut our brain uses to protect our self-esteem. Success is because of me, failure is because of something else. And you see this everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere in our daily lives. Think about a job interview. You get the job? I totally nailed those questions. You don't get it? The interviewer just didn't like me for some reason. Or a team project. If it's a huge success, it was probably your idea that saved the day, right? If it fails, well, my team just dropped the ball. Even with a fitness goal, you hit it and it's because of your incredible discipline. You miss it and suddenly, I just didn't have enough time. Does any of this sound familiar? Okay, fine. So we all do it. It protects our ego, makes us feel a little better. What's the big deal? Well, this is where it gets a little tricky. Because when we do this all the time, it creates this huge blind spot, an accountability blind spot. And it comes with a hidden but very real cost. Think about it. This second you blame something outside of yourself, you're basically saying, that was out of my control. And if it's out of your control, well, then you can't learn from it. You can't fix it. And you definitely can't stop it from happening again. You are literally, and I mean literally, giving away your power to get better.
And it just snowballs from there. If you're not learning from your mistakes, you are pretty much guaranteed to repeat them over and over again. This just completely slams the brakes on your personal and professional growth. And in your relationships, constantly shifting blame, man, that just destroys trust. People start to see you as someone who can't be relied on when things get tough. But, and this is a big but, here's the really good news. This is not a life sentence. We can absolutely fight this bias and completely flip the script. So now, let's talk about how to master personal accountability and how you can turn every single outcome, good or bad, into a real lesson for growth. Here's your toolkit. It's a 4-step process. First, just pause. Seriously. Before you instantly point the finger, just take a breath. Step 2, actively look for your part in it. Even if you think it's only 1% of the problem, find it. Ask yourself, okay, what could I have done differently here? Third, and this one is a total game changer, reframe failure as data. It's not a judgment on you, it's just information. It's feedback for next time. And finally, step 4, celebrate taking ownership. It is not, I repeat, not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate sign of strength and being in control. This quote from Hal Elrod just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? See, accountability isn't about taking on all the blame. It's about taking back all the power. When you own the outcomes, you also own the ability to create different, better outcomes in the future. It is the master key to unlocking real change. So I'll leave you with this one final question. The next time something doesn't go your way, a project at work, a tough conversation, a goal you miss, you get to choose the story you tell yourself. Are you going to tell the easy story, the one that blames the world around you, or are you going to choose the more powerful story, the one that asks, okay, what did I learn, and how can I crush it next time? The choice, and all the power that comes with it, is yours.